Hey everybody. So we are in our new garage. So in our last video we were working on Thunder Muffin to get it ready to move to this garage, and as you can see I made a table out of it in no time. I said I was going to get better about that, but I didn't. But we are in our new garage finally. So we've got our two cars we know, Thunder Muffin and Banana here, and then I have my daily driver over there. But today I want to work on introducing you guys to the vehicles I bought in 2018 and kind of where we're going to be going from there in 2019. So the first car that I bought is this guy here. So this is a 1990 CRX SI, and my plan with this guy is I'm actually going to be turning this into a daily driver. So this is one of my dailies over here, but what I found with racing the other CRX that I was kind of surprised is that it actually seems like the CRX is kind of a more well-rounded daily driver. And the reason for that is the CRXs have a little bit more sound deadening. They come with 4 speakers throughout the car originally, whereas with these guys, unless you have that upgrade package, you have to do a little bit of work to get it that way. But overall, it's that sound deadening and the hatch that makes it a little bit nicer kind of overall. So with the hatchbacks, sometimes what you get is when you go over bumps, you can just hear the hatchback crashing in the back, and it gets really old really quick. And I've actually been sitting on this guy for a while. So for you people out there that follow me on Instagram, you've seen I posted back about this in September, and it's just been sitting ever since. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it driving and then daily drive it for a while, see what I think of it, see if it's up to the task, and from there decide if I sell it or not. But let's just do a little walk around. So what sold me on this CRX initially is how clean it is, and for the most part the paint's in really good condition, and from about, I don't know, 20 to 50 feet back it looks pretty good. But now that I've been sitting with it for a little while, I've seen it's actually kind of rough in some areas. So we'll come in here. There's some rust bubbles on the rear quarter panel, pretty typical. Previous owner told me that he had got into a crash in a roundabout in the snow, so this clip broke off, so have to work on that a little bit. On the hood here, there's actually a few hail dents throughout that I'm going to have to try to pull out at some point. And of course, I didn't realize it when buying it, but sunroof has some rust bubbles showing up on it. And then the door, I don't know if it was there when I bought it, but this door has this kind of developing underneath. So I think there's some rust or maybe some Bondo underneath. So that's a little disappointing. But the interior is pretty nice, all things considered. It wasn't quite as nice as Banana Nut when I got it, but overall it's not a bad interior. But the biggest thing with this thing is it doesn't run. It was running, but not anymore. So here, I'll show you real quick. So the other day I was driving around the neighborhood just to get the fluids going and try to charge the battery a little bit. But about 2 blocks from the house it just completely died on me. And after it died it just refused to come back. So we'll try to start it now. I'm pretty sure it's not going to start, but you never know. We'll give it a shot. Oh, and now it's not doing anything, even though we were just charging the battery. Well, that's great. This thing's got some issues. I was going to take you for a test drive and show you. The CV axles are also completely shot on it. I'm pretty sure some of the ball joints are gone. Bushing's basically non-existent. But ever since it died, obviously we're not going to drive it anywhere. So let's get out of this and we'll take a look at the other 2 cars I bought. Here we have the 2019 Civic Si. So what we have planned is a big road trip. We're going to be trying to hit a few kind of national level tours for autocross. And instead of trying to get a trailer to haul the CRX around with, the plan is instead we're going to be racing this as street class. So nowhere near as much modifications we have to worry about. Basically just tires and then a sway bar as far as things go. But I have a lot of hope for this. So turbocharged is going to help on some of the courses as opposed to the CRX. It's always been kind of an issue trying to get out of corners. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play with and road trip and see what it's like to race in stock class for once instead of a modified class. So this is a 2012 Porsche Cayenne. So you look at a garage full of Hondas and this seems to kind of stand out as not being like the others. But the idea is this is going to be our tow vehicle for the CRX once we can get a hitch installed on this and find a trailer for the CRX. That's going to be the plan for next year. I've really been impressed with how these have driven. I had that 2004 a while back. We did the video on getting the tires off or the wheels off once you jacked it up. But this one has a really unique feature to it. So let's go inside. I'll show that to you guys. Oh wait, hold on. I need to go get the keys. Look, it's a little Cayenne. Alright, so coming inside here, you see we've got 3 pedals down here, which isn't that weird if you consider some cars have parking brakes over here. But the real trick is this is a manual transmission Porsche Cayenne. Very few of these things out there, so it's going to be a fun daily driver, manual transmission. We'll play around with it. So it's actually going to be a little while before we start using this thing for its intended purpose, but with something like this, we plan to hold on to it for a long time, just because unless we can find one of the V8 manual transmission Cayennes, I think this is definitely a keeper. But until then, we're not going to see many videos with this, possibly a hitch install, and we might try autocrossing this. We'll see what happens. We'll be looking forward to videos with the Civic, getting it ready for autocross, and then seeing how it does. And we're going to be trying to do a comparison at time attack between the Civic and the CRX, and just see how they compare to each other. I'm expecting the CRX is going to be a lot quicker, even though it's down on power significantly. But I just think this is the better handling of the two. But we'll find out once we start racing the the Civic. And we're going to be seeing a lot of videos on this, just trying to get this thing up and running, so I can at least try daily driving event. Right now, it's been on cheap coilovers for a very long time, so I'm expecting the suspension to just be all kinds of beat up. So going to be working on this one, trying to get it on the road. Be sure to stay tuned with my way too many 4th gen Honda Civics and CRXs, and then we're going to be doing some videos with these guys down the road in 2019. So stay tuned, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.